Hey guys, so I just saw Black Adam with my coworkers, and I gotta say, don't trust the critics on this one, okay? They gave it a 47. I think it's up to a 57 now. They gave it a 47 on release. That's about what Morbius was at, and it's Morbid time. But actually, no, it's not. It's Black Adam in time. Definitely don't trust the critics on this one. It's a solid, and I don't like to use decimals, but it's a solid like 6.7, 6.8 out of 10. Definitely not a bad movie, certainly a forgettable movie, but definitely not a bad movie per se. Okay, I'm gonna try not to spoil it for at least a bit here. So what are my general overall thoughts? Well, first of all, I think that the casting of Dwayne The Rock Johnson is obviously impeccable. He's of course smoldering the whole time. He's that. But it really kind of works in the character. He really is like the fish out of water in like a whole new world. Not gonna touch that Little Mermaid reference. You know, 5,000 years ago, that was like the BCE times before Common Era, where there's all the huts and the teepees and the Mesopotamian-esque civilizations. And really, we see in the opening, which is a big twist in itself, how the people are living there under the oppression of a king who's searching for materials. He wants to build a crown, and with that crown he'll take over the world. And then all that stuff happens, and then Black Adam gets called again after the threat of the crown returns to the modern era. And then of course the Justice Society gets involved, which I gotta say, it's an oldie. It really is. The Justice Society was more of a 60s, 70s kind of thing. That was sort of a Justice League rebrand with, new members, and they were going around and they were fighting crime, new team, Justice Society, not the Justice League. And I think that they overall played off each other well. The only one I didn't really care for was Hawkman, which is a shame because he got the most screen time. But again, I'll get into that more. The villain, the actual antagonist, was completely forgettable. I literally got out of the movie like 10 minutes ago, and I can't even tell you his name. I cannot even tell you his name. I think it started with an S. He was just some generic, like, demonic entity that wanted to take over the world with an army of the undead. And, he gets the snot beaten out of him, and then, that's the movie. 2 hours and 4 minutes runtime. I was talking to my friend Deontay about this. Speaking of friends, Casey, this one's for you. You said, "Are you gonna do this?" I'm like, "Sure." I was talking to my friend Deontay about this, and he was like, no, I said, yeah, I was talking to Deontay, and I said, I really think that this is the type of movie where if you had 2 hours to kill, you had nothing else to do, and this was on, like, Netflix, or I guess this would be Paramount Plus, because this is, like, Warner, but, if you had, like, 2 hours to kill, you had nothing else to do, this was on Netflix, this was on Disney Plus, I would watch it. I wouldn't consider that 2 hours wasted. Like I said, forgettable, but decent. DC, they've been making strides recently. The stuff that they've been putting out, it hasn't been very bad. And I'm referring to DCEU, so I'm not including the Batman in this. Aquaman, I didn't see that one, but I heard it was pretty good. Shazam, I also didn't see that one, but I also heard it was good. But they got to continue with this momentum. I think that Black Adam was a hesitant step in the right direction. That's essentially what it was. It was a hesitant step in the right direction. If they keep it up, just scrap the Flash movie at this point, guys. Really, no one wants to see it anymore. Especially after Ezra Miller went on their little rampage throughout the United States. No, thank you. Just change it up. Put Grant Gustin in the role or something. Is that his name? Whatever. So with that, I've kind of hit the 5-minute mark here. I got the little recording here. So I think I'll get into spoilers. I can't believe that they killed off my boy Dr. Fate though. Seriously, I love that guy. All of everyone else that was there for the movie, they're like, "Oh yeah, that's the discount Doctor Strange." And I'm like, "No, Doctor Strange is the discount Dr. Fate." That's what I'm saying, bro. He carried himself so well. He had this little helmet that he always carried, and he's like, you can't touch it. Only I can touch it. Oh, and then he was seeing all these visions of the future, and he's like, oh, like he's like Professor X or something. Oh, but no, it worked. It really worked, and it was awesome when they were all fighting, and it was in the trailer, so I don't feel uncomfortable about mentioning this, but when all of the clones of the Dr. Fate were all dogpiling on I almost just call him The Rock, Black Adam, and then they're fighting, and then Dog piles on top of him, and then the Hawkman, he brings down his mace, and he jumps up from real high, and then he's holding him down, and he's like, "Ugh!" That was just great. So they tried to ground this movie a bit by having it also center around this kind of family who was after the crown, so that they could, hide it away. The son was really the focal point. It was the son, the mother, and the uncle. The son I really didn't care for. He was really annoying. He's like, he was the one who was trying to be the buddy of Black Adam. He's like, "Yo, you gotta be a superhero, dude, and superhero this, and superhero that, and super. And I'm like, "Super, shut up," or something, kid. Didn't really care about him at all. The mother was okay. She was sort of the introduction to the movie. She was a fugitive, trying to get the crown and bury it again so it could never harm anyone again. And overall, that was pretty good. But like I said, overall forgettable. That's just really the theme for this movie. Forgettable. Not to say, again, that it was a bad movie, but, there's just not really much you can take away when you walk out of it. And of course, the mid-credit scene when, Superman comes up and he's like, "Let's have a chat, Black Adam." And then Black Adam's like, I assumed that it would be, just like in the comics, it's Shazam and Black Adam. They got their powers from the same guy. They have the same powers. You'd think it was the rivalry between them that would be carried over into the DCEU. So I am a bit interested to see how that plays out. And I guess I'm operating under the assumption that The Flash, if it ever comes out, is no longer going to have Superman replaced with Superwoman, which was, the set leaks. One chick, she was all dressed up in that Superman fit, and it's like, that's going to be the new Superman. So I guess that they're just not going to do that. Fine by me, I guess. They even said that Superman 2, was in development. Wonder Woman 3 is starting to write. Of course, Ben Affleck's never going to get anything. Poor bastard. I don't know, just make a better script for him already. But yeah, Black Adam, had some okay CG throughout, I guess. Acting was fine. Characters were fine, except for the Wind Girl who was in the Justice Society. She didn't do anything. She literally did like nothing. And then, like I said, the son, he was just annoying as hell. The mother, the uncle was there for comedic relief. I thought he was pretty good. And of course, Atom Smasher, who's basically the discount Giant Man. I thought he was pretty good as well. But overall, I think that the movie was a middling romp. If DC put out movies like this, like let's say that their schedule consisting of Shazam and Black Adam, just coincidentally, just over and over and over, those types of movies in tone and delivery, I think that they would be okay. Now, I don't think that they'll ever actually reach, the Marvel heights of success. They ran away with that bag, but I think they'll be okay. And I think that that's the biggest takeaway that we can get from this movie. Black Adam, solid, 6.7. Check it out, if there's a discount on the tickets or anything, but I would say don't go out of your way to watch this if you don't want to. So, yeah, catch you guys later.